Unit 3, Navigating an ICT Workplace. At the end of the unit, you should be able to 1. Use information systematically, and 2. Apply quality standards. Lesson 1, Using information systematically. Introduction. You may have used data and information interchangeably, but did you know that there is a significant difference between the two terms? Data refers to simple facts or figures that represent events or activities in an organization or a physical environment before they can be organized and arranged into a form understood and used by people. Data that have been organized and formed to have meaning is now called information. For example, data can come from barcodes that describe a product in a supermarket. These pieces of data can then be totaled and added up to provide information on how many bottles of orange soda were sold. Information is vital in any workplace. It is what drives productivity and sales, which is why it is important to use them systematically. One way to do this is through the help of information technology. Information technology or IT refers to the use of computer systems or devices to access information. It applies technology in solving business or organizational problems on a broad scale. It is information technology that allows us to store, retrieve, access or manipulate information. In this lesson, we shall learn how to use technical information systems and information technology, apply information technology, and edit, format, and check information to help us achieve optimum productivity in our workplace. Topic 1. Types and sources of information. In visual graphic design, information is essential, much like in any other professional setting. We rely on information to communicate efficiently, and in our field, we achieve this through our designs. Visual graphics are crafted to convey particular messages, ideas, or concepts to the audience. Before delving further, let's clarify the concept of information across various contexts and discuss its application in this lesson, highlighting its significance in visual graphic design. First, let us define what information is. Information. In visual graphics design, information could refer to the content, message, or data that needs to be communicated through a visual medium. This could include textual content, numerical data, or other types of information that the design aims to convey to its audience. For example, in designing an infographic about climate change, information could include statistics on global temperature rise, carbon emissions, and the impact on ecosystems. Types of information. Sources of information. In visual graphic design, information is essential, much like in any other professional setting. We rely on information to communicate efficiently, and in our field, we achieve this through our designs. Visual graphics are crafted to convey particular messages, ideas, or concepts to the audience. Before delving further, let's clarify the concept of information across various contexts and discuss its application in this lesson, highlighting its significance in visual graphic design. First, let us define what information is. In visual graphic design, you'll handle various types of information, each potentially impacting the design you develop. Here are the common types of information you'll encounter in this field. Factual information. This type of information presents facts, typically in a concise manner without detailed explanations. It focuses on providing information without delving into the background of a topic. Common sources of factual information include encyclopedias, almanacs, government resources, and statistics. Example, the sun in the Philippine flag has 8 rays. Analytical information. This type of information involves interpreting factual data to uncover meaning and implications. It often stems from research studies conducted by scholars or researchers. Sources of analytical information include scholarly journals, academic books, library databases, and some scholarly websites. Example, a report analyzing the causes of traffic congestion in a city and proposing solutions. In visual graphic design, you'll handle various types of information, each potentially impacting the design you develop. Here are the common types of information you'll encounter in this field. Subjective information. This type of information reflects a single perspective or opinion, inherently influenced by the individual's viewpoint. Sources such as websites, blogs, social media posts, non-scholarly books and journals, and book reviews often include subjective opinions. Example: Celine Dion is the best singer in the world. Objective information. This type of information presents multiple viewpoints and all sides of an argument without bias. Sources of objective information include books, journal articles, and newspapers. Example: a newspaper article presenting different viewpoints on the benefits and drawbacks of. In visual graphic design, you'll handle various types of information, each potentially impacting the design you develop. Here are the common types of information you'll encounter in this field. Technical information. Detailed specifications or instructions relevant to design implementation, ensuring accuracy and precision in execution. Sources of technical information include research and engineering data, manuals, process sheets, technical reports, and data sets. Example: a user manual explaining how to assemble and operate a household appliance, such as a microwave oven. Information can be further categorized based on its source, identifying where it originates. These classifications include internal sources. This refers to sources of data or information that originate from or are generated within the boundaries of an organization itself. It includes internal documents, reports, databases, or records produced by employees, departments, or units of the organization. External sources. This refers to sources of data or information that come from external entities or sources beyond the immediate scope or jurisdiction of the organization. Examples include data obtained from suppliers, customers, partners, industry associations, or government agencies that are not part of the organization itself. Other sources of data and information can include the following. Other IT systems. Manually created. Geographically remote. Topic 2. Information technology in visual graphic design. Information technology in visual graphic design. In the realm of visual graphics design, information technology refers to the tools, software, and digital technologies used to create, manipulate, and publish visual designs. This could include graphic design software, as well as hardware components like computers, tablets, or graphic tablets used by designers to create their work. Information technology enables designers to digitize their creative process, collaborate with others remotely, and produce high-quality visual designs efficiently. In our exploration of this topic, we will delve into several key areas critical to visual graphics design. The system unit. Understand the heart of your computer, where all major processing happens. We'll look at what makes up the system unit and why it's crucial for any graphic design work. Input devices. Discover the tools that allow designers to input their creative ideas into the computer. This includes everything from keyboards to graphics tablets that provide precision and nuance. Output devices. Learn about the devices that bring your designs to life outside the digital world, such as monitors for accurate color representation and printers for high-quality physical copies. Productivity software. We'll cover the software that helps streamline the design process, from project management tools to software that aids in efficient design planning and execution. Graphic design software. Dive into the core tools of the trade, exploring various graphic design software that is essential for creating compelling visual content, from image editors to vector graphics tools. Basic computer maintenance. Gain insights into maintaining the health and performance of your computer, ensuring it remains an efficient tool in your graphic design arsenal. The system unit. The system unit, often considered the heart of a computer, is the core enclosure that houses its most crucial hardware components that encapsulate the hardware necessary for performing computations, storing data, and running software applications. Think of it as the brain and heart of the computer where everything comes together. Central Processing Unit, CPU. The CPU stands as the primary executor within the computer, orchestrating the processing of instructions from software applications and tasks. It's the linchpin in running design software, making it indispensable for graphic design endeavors where speed and efficiency are paramount. Graphics Processing Unit, GPU. Specialized in rendering visual content, the GPU significantly enhances the efficiency of creating and editing graphic designs. It accelerates the processing of images, animations, and video content, making it a cornerstone for designers seeking precision and fluidity in their visual projects. Random Access Memory, RAM. RAM is crucial for the smooth operation of design software, providing swift access to the data and applications currently in use. It acts as a temporary workspace for the CPU, allowing for the efficient handling of multiple tasks and ensuring a smooth design process. Storage Solutions, HDD and SSD. The comparison between hard disk drives, HDDs, and solid-state drives, SSDs, highlights the trade-offs between speed and reliability. SSDs offer faster data access, which is crucial for accessing large design files and applications quickly, while HDDs provide substantial storage capacity at a more cost-effective price point, essential for archiving extensive design portfolios. Input Devices. Input devices are devices that allow users to input data and commands into computers. They translate user actions into data that the computer can process. Here are some common examples. Keyboard. A keyboard allows users to input text and commands through keystrokes. It is essential for quick command inputs and shortcuts in design software, which speeds up workflow and increases efficiency. Mouse. An input device that provides precise control over the cursor for fine adjustments in design applications, crucial for detailed graphic work. Mouse. An input device that provides precise control over the cursor for fine adjustments in design applications, crucial for detailed graphic work. Microphone. An input device that captures audio input for voice commands or digital recording. Web camera. Web cameras are essential for capturing live video and images, facilitating real-time collaboration, client meetings, and content creation like tutorials or live streams. They play a key role in visual graphic design for remote brainstorming, consultations, and integrating live footage with digital designs. Scanner. An input device that converts documents and images into digital data. It is essential in digitizing physical artwork or textures, allowing designers to incorporate traditional media into digital projects seamlessly. Output devices. Output devices, on the other hand, are hardware components that convert and present data from a computer into a form that can be understood by users. They take the processed data from the computer and turn it into text, images, sounds, or other media for external presentation. Examples include monitor. A device that displays visual output from the computer, including the user interface, applications, and multimedia. To ensure that their vision is reflected in the end product, high-resolution and color-accurate screens are crucial for designers to accurately monitor and edit their work. Headphones. This device transforms audio signals into audible sound, delivering music, system sounds, and audio from videos or applications. It's crucial for designers, especially when integrating audio into animation or video projects, to ensure sound quality aligns with the visual appeal of designs. Projector. This device projects images or videos from the computer onto a large surface, perfect for presentations, design reviews, and entertainment. It facilitates large-scale visualization, enriching group discussions and client presentations. Printer. This device generates physical prints from digital documents or images. Producing high-quality physical copies of digital designs requires knowledge of various printer types, as this significantly influences the print's quality and accuracy. Productivity softwares. In the field of visual graphic design, using productivity applications can significantly improve creative workflows. These tools help tasks get done more efficiently, accurately, and collaboratively. They streamline design processes and promote innovation and clear communication within creative teams. Here's how various productivity tools can specifically benefit designers. Word processing software. This software is essential for creating, editing, and formatting text-based documents. Beyond basic text editing, it's crucial for developing detailed design briefs, project proposals, and client presentations. Examples include Microsoft Word, Google Docs, and Apple Pages. Presentation software. A key tool for designers to present their work to clients or stakeholders. These applications allow for the creation of visually engaging presentations that blend design elements with storytelling. Examples include Microsoft PowerPoint, Google Slides, and Apple Keynote. Data analysis software. Essential for designers involved in market research or wanting to analyze user engagement data. These tools assist in visualizing trends and making data-driven design decisions. Examples include Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets, and RStudio. Project management software. Invaluable for managing design projects from conception to completion. These platforms allow for tracking deadlines, organizing resources, and facilitating team collaboration, ensuring projects stay on track. Examples include Trello, Asana, and Microsoft Project. Cloud storage software. Offers a secure and accessible way to store project files, ensuring that designs and resources are readily available across devices. This is critical for collaborative design efforts and client sharing. Examples include Dropbox, Google Drive, and Microsoft OneDrive. Collaboration software. Enhances teamwork through features like instant messaging, file sharing, and real-time document editing, making it easier for designers to work together and share feedback. Tools such as Slack, Microsoft Teams, and Zoom are popular among creative teams. Email client software. Central to managing client communications and project correspondence. Organizing emails, scheduling meetings, and keeping track of contacts and deadlines can streamline a designer's workload. Examples include Microsoft Outlook, Gmail, and Apple Mail. Graphic design software. When making your designs, you will surely use different software. Selecting the appropriate software is crucial depending on the task at hand. Understanding the capabilities of common design tools can significantly impact the quality of your work. Here's a guide to some of the commonly used software for various design needs. Adobe Illustrator. A vector graphics editor used for creating illustrations, logos, icons, and other scalable graphics. It's part of the Adobe Creative Cloud suite. Adobe InSign. A desktop publishing software used for creating print and digital publications such as brochures, magazines, and ebooks. It allows for precise layout and typographic control. Adobe Photoshop. A raster graphics editor widely used for photo editing, image manipulation, and graphic design. It provides a range of tools for editing and enhancing digital images. CorelDRAW. A vector graphics editor for designing and creating graphics, illustrations, and layouts. It's part of the CorelDRAW graphics suite. Blender. A powerful open-source 3D creation suite. It is used for modeling, sculpting, animation, rendering, compositing, and more. Microsoft Publisher. A desktop publishing application by Microsoft. It is user-friendly and allows users to create a variety of publications, including brochures, flyers, and newsletters. Scribus. An open-source desktop publishing software used for creating professional layouts and typesetting. It supports a variety of file formats. Figma. A web-based design and prototyping tool used for collaborative UI/UX design. It allows multiple users to work on a design project in real time. Quark Express. A desktop publishing software similar to Adobe InSign. It is used for page layout and design, especially in the creation of print publications. SketchUp. A 3D modeling software widely used for architectural and product design. It's known for its intuitive interface and quick learning curve. Basic computer maintenance. Optimizing your computer's performance is crucial for visual graphic designers, where software and hardware efficiency can directly impact creativity and productivity. Let's explore some of the strategies for maintaining your digital workspace, ensuring your design projects flow seamlessly and securely. Software updates and performance. Stay current with updates, keep the performance of your computer at its best. This includes maintaining the latest security updates and current malware protection software. Some systems automatically install updates, but for those that have different settings, update the operating system by doing the following. To check for updates, click on Start, select All Programs, and then select Windows Update. If there are any outstanding updates, click the Install Updates button. This may require a restart after updates are finished installing. To check settings for Windows updates, you can click on Start, select All Programs, then select Windows Update. On the left-hand side select Change Settings and the option currently selected for installing Windows updates is listed under Important Updates. Streamlining your workspace. Eliminate temporary files, these files can bog down your system. Periodically search for star.tmp files and delete them to maintain a swift design environment. To do this, 1. Begin by accessing the Start menu and navigating to the Search function. Choose Select All Files or Folders. 2. In the search box, input star.tmp to specify the file type. Click Search Now to initiate the search. 3. After the search results appear, utilize the Edit option and select All to highlight all the TMP files for deletion. 4. Finally, press the Delete key to remove the selected files. Manage web clutter. Internet sites that are visited store temporary files on the local computer in cache or as cookies. These files contain information regarding the site, such as text, graphics, and personal information. Once left unattended, these files will continue to grow, take up disk space, and possibly pose security hazards. To manage web clutter. 1. Navigate to the Tools menu and select Internet Options. 2. Under Temporary Internet Files, you will find 2 options. Click Delete Cookies to remove cookies. Click Delete Files to remove temporary files. 3. After completing these actions, restart Internet Explorer to ensure the changes take effect. Efficiency and security practices. Recycle bin routine. When you delete a file, it is not immediately deleted, but rather placed in a recycle bin in case you need to recover it later on. While it provides data recovery protection, this feature still causes clutter in the hard drive with unnecessary files. To empty the recycle bin. 1. Double-click on the recycle bin icon on the desktop. 2. Check to make sure there are no files that need to be restored, since once the recycle bin is emptied there is no method to retrieve the files. 3. Click on Empty Recycle Bin or File Empty Recycle Bin. Remove unused applications, pre-installed software, demo programs, and other installed software that are no longer used take up disk space. They can also degrade system performance. Increase your hard disk space and improve your system performance by removing these unnecessary software. 1. Begin by clicking on the Start button and navigating to the Control panel. 2. Next, select Add/Remove Programs from the list of options. 3. Highlight the program you wish to remove from the list of installed programs. 4. Click on Remove/Change to initiate the removal process. 5. Follow the instructions provided by the software to complete the removal procedure successfully. Data backup. Protect your portfolio and ongoing projects by regularly backing up to external drives or cloud services. This safeguards against unexpected data loss. Strong passwords. Secure your design files and client information with robust passwords. A mix of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols is recommended. File organization. Maintain a streamlined workflow by organizing your projects into clear folder hierarchies. Regularly declutter your desktop to ensure a focused workspace and employ descriptive file names for quick retrieval and enhanced efficiency. This practice not only saves time but also keeps your creative process smooth and productive. Recognizing common types of viruses. A computer virus is a malicious application or code that performs destructive actions on a device or network. It can damage files, steal data, disrupt services, download more malware, or execute other harmful actions specified by the malware author. Viruses often disguise themselves as legitimate programs to deceive users into running them, delivering their destructive payload. 1. Boot sector virus, a virus that damages or controls the boot sector of a computer drive, making the machine unusable. It is typically spread through malicious USB devices. 2. Web scripting virus, exploits vulnerabilities in older web browsers to run malicious code on the local device. 3. Browser hijacker, changes browser settings, redirects to malicious sites, and steals data or generates revenue for the attacker. 4. Resident virus, a virus that remains dormant in computer memory until triggered by a specific event or action. 5. Direct action virus, immediately delivers a payload when a user executes a file containing malicious code. 6. Polymorphic virus, uses code that changes its appearance to avoid detection by antivirus software. 7. File infector virus, injects malicious code into critical files, allowing it to persist on the system and activate during boot or program execution. 8. Multipartite virus, spreads across networks and systems by copying itself or injecting code into critical resources. 9. Macro virus, exploits macros in Microsoft Office files to download additional malware or run malicious code when the file is opened. Physical device care. Protect your gear, use protective cases, skins, or bags to shield your device from the wear and tear of a busy design lifestyle. Organize cables, maintain an organized workspace with cable management solutions to prevent damage and keep your creative space clutter-free. Mind the battery, for battery-powered devices, avoid overcharging to prolong battery life, ensuring you're always ready for mobile design work. Regular cleaning, dust and debris can impair your keyboard and device's aesthetics and functionality. A clean workspace is conducive to creative work. By adopting these maintenance practices, you can be sure that your computer will always be a dependable graphic design tool, supporting your creative ventures with great security and performance. Topic 3, Editing, Formatting, and Checking Information. Importance of editing and proofreading in VGD. Now that we've looked at what information and information technology are, let's dive into how important they are in visual graphic design. We'll focus on how they help with editing, formatting, and making sure information is correct in your designs. This step is key to turning your initial ideas into clear, visually appealing projects. Editing, the first step. Editing isn't just a final touch, it begins with your first draft. At this stage, focus on refining the core content and structure of your work. This means looking beyond just grammar and typos, and ensuring the substance of your design, particularly any written elements, effectively communicates your message. Proofreading, the finishing touch. Once you've refined the content and structure, proofreading is your next step. This is where you zoom in on those surface-level details, grammar, spelling, and typographical errors. It's the polish that ensures your design is professional and error-free. The University of Nevada, Reno, offers a comprehensive guide to editing your work effectively. Here are key questions to guide you through the process. Understanding these aspects and applying them during the editing process ensures that your visual graphic designs are not only aesthetically pleasing but also structurally sound, clear, and communicative. This holistic approach to design enhances its overall quality and effectiveness. Content. This refers to the substance or main ideas presented in your design or document. It includes text, images, data, and other elements that convey your message or argument. Key questions. Are all parts of the question or brief answered? Is there a clear argument or message? Does each section support your main thesis or design goal? Overall structure. The arrangement or organization of elements within your design or document, including the introduction, body, and conclusion. Are the introduction and conclusion to any written content clear and impactful? Do the sections or elements of your design follow a logical order? Are transitions between sections smooth and intuitive? Structure within sections. How each individual section or part of your design is organized to contribute to the overall message. Does each section clearly contribute to the overall message? Is there a clear focus in each part of your design? Have you removed any redundant or unrelated elements? Style. The manner in which your message is presented, including tone, sentence variation, and the elimination of unnecessary phrases. Is the tone consistent and appropriate for your audience? Have you varied the presentation to maintain interest? Clarity. The ease with which the audience can understand the message being conveyed through your design or text. Is all text or messaging clear and straightforward? Have you chosen the best terms and visuals to express your ideas? Citations. References to external sources, including direct quotes, paraphrases, or data, used within your design or document. If your design includes sourced material, are citations correctly formatted? Are all references and quotes properly attributed? Formatting techniques in Word document. In the workplace, a well-structured document not only conveys professionalism but also ensures clarity and understanding. Now, we'll explore key formatting techniques such as applying indents, controlling widows and orphans, and using features like drop caps and page breaks. These skills are essential for creating documents that are not only visually appealing but also convey information effectively. Here are some of the basic formatting techniques you can apply in creating a document. Applying the first line indent. Apply an indent to the first line of the first paragraph, including the first paragraph of each new section or chapter. This indicates the beginning of the section or chapter. To apply the first line indent, click at the beginning of the first word of the paragraph, before the first letter, and then press the Tab key. Applying hanging indents. In this format, all other lines in the paragraph except for the first line are indented. This format is usually applied to bulleted and numbered lists. Here's an example of a hanging indent. To do the hanging indent, go to the first word of the second line, before the first word and press the Enter key. Then, select the second line until the last. Drag the hanging indent marker on the ruler until 1.5 centimeters. Applying right indents. In this format, the paragraph is indented from the right margin. Doing so can make a paragraph stand out from the rest or make room to insert objects or pictures. Here's a sample of a right indent. You can apply this by highlighting the paragraph you want to indent and dragging the right indent marker on the ruler until the desired length. Controlling widows and orphans. A widow refers to the last line of the paragraph that appears at the top of the new page. Meanwhile, an orphan refers to the first line of a paragraph that appears at the bottom of the page. Here's a sample of widowed and orphaned lines. To control widows and orphans, first, click the paragraph. Then, select the dialog box launcher in the paragraph group. Click the Line and Page Breaks tab. Then, click the Widow/Orphan control and OK. Keeping paragraphs together. The Keep with Next feature ensures that related headings and paragraphs remain together, preventing unwanted page breaks. Additionally, it ensures that all items in a bulleted list stay on the same page. To enable this feature, follow these steps. 1. Highlight the paragraph you wish to adjust. 2. Then, click on the dialog box launcher located in the paragraph group. This launcher appears as a small arrow in the bottom right corner of the paragraph group. 3. Within the paragraph dialog box, navigate to the Line and Page Breaks tabs. 4. Check the box labeled Keep Lines Together option. 5. Finally, click OK to apply the changes. Inserting a page break. Enabling page break before for a paragraph forces it to start on a new page, which is useful for new sections, chapters, or separate placement of elements like paragraphs and images. Accessing this setting is done through the paragraph dialog box. Follow these steps. 1. Click on the paragraph you want to adjust. 2. Next, click on the dialog box launcher located within the paragraph group. This launcher is represented by a small arrow in the bottom right corner of the paragraph group. 3. In the paragraph dialog box that opens, navigate to the Line and Page Breaks tab. 4. Then, select the Page Break Before option. 5. Finally, click OK to confirm and apply the changes. Applying hyphenation to text. Hyphenation breaks long words across lines with a hyphen. By default, it is turned off, and text wraps to the next line. However, in narrow layouts or columns, enabling hyphenation optimizes space utilization. It can be manual or automatic. Proofreading designs. Proofreading in visual graphic design involves carefully examining text, images, and overall design elements to identify and correct errors. Here are some methods on how you can proofread your graphic design. Reading and reviewing. Double-check text. Carefully read all text elements for spelling, grammar, and punctuation errors. Ensure that all text is accurate, clear, and aligned with the design intent. Review layout and alignment. Check the overall layout, alignment, and spacing of elements. Ensure that design elements are balanced and visually appealing. Using tools for reviewing. Spell check. Utilize spell check tools available in design software or text editing programs to catch common spelling mistakes. Grammar checkers. Some design software or word processing tools offer grammar check features that can help identify and correct grammatical errors. Grid and ruler systems. Use grid and ruler systems within design software to ensure proper alignment and spacing of elements. Zoom in/out. Zoom in to examine details closely and zoom out to get a holistic view of the design. This helps catch both small details and overall design issues. Collaborative tools. If working in a team, use collaborative tools that allow for shared reviewing and feedback, such as comments or annotations on design elements. Fresh perspective. Take breaks. Step away from the design for a while, then return with a fresh perspective. This helps identify errors that might be overlooked after prolonged exposure. Peer review. Have someone else review your design. A fresh set of eyes may catch errors or provide valuable insights. Printed proof. Print a copy. If applicable, print a physical copy of the design for proofreading. Errors may be more noticeable on paper than on a screen. Consistency checks. Font and style consistency. Ensure consistency in font styles, sizes, and formatting throughout the design. Color consistency. Check that colors are consistent and accurate across all design elements. Final QA check. Interactive elements. If the design includes interactive elements, example hyperlinks, ensure they function correctly during the proofreading process. File formats. Confirm that the design files are saved in the correct formats and are ready for the intended use or distribution. Lesson 2, Applying Quality Standards. Introduction. Applying quality standards is crucial in visual graphic design to ensure that the final output meets the desired standards of excellence. This involves assessing the quality of received materials, evaluating one's own work, and continuously seeking opportunities for quality improvement. By following these practices, we will be able to enhance the overall quality of our designs and deliver exceptional results. We shall explore each topic in more detail in this lesson. Topic 1, Assessing quality of received materials. The quality of materials is important in both the design process and the final visual outcome of graphic design projects. Assessing and selecting the right materials such as paper, ink, and digital assets determine their effectiveness in conveying the intended visual message. The caliber of these materials directly influences the aesthetic appeal and durability of the design work. That is why, investing in better materials isn't just a cost, it's a crucial step in creating work that stands out and withstands time. In assessing materials to be used in producing your output, make sure to do the following. 1. Be familiar with the variety of materials you can choose from. 2. Determine the types of materials you need to create your output. 3. Assess the materials for completeness and suitability. Test out the material first before applying it to your work. For example, if you have recently purchased graphic design software, try it out on a sample project before using it for your main project. Refer to industry standards for guidance on expected quality levels. Follow established procedures to evaluate the quality, taking into account technical aspects like resolution and color accuracy. 4. Accurately interpret and understand any specifications or symbols to assess the material's quality based on the given criteria. 5. If any faults, defects, or errors are identified during the assessment, document them and then contact your supplier or the item service center for assistance in fixing or replacing it. By following these assessment procedures and considering the relevant factors, designers can evaluate the quality of received materials effectively. This evaluation ensures that the materials meet the desired standards and form a solid foundation for creating high-quality visual graphic designs. Topic 2. Assessing own work. While taste is subjective, adhering to the fundamental principles of visual graphic design is essential for effective communication and achieving desired outcomes. Design serves to solve problems through visual solutions. Therefore, evaluating your design before submission is a good practice to ensure its effectiveness in conveying the intended message. Here are a few questions you should ask yourself to assess your own work. 1. Does the design achieve its purpose? For example, if you are designing a landing page with the goal of persuading users to sign up for a newsletter subscription, ask yourself if your design includes all the necessary information viewers need to be persuaded to sign up for the newsletter. Does the design also include all the necessary links? Additionally, ensure that your design adheres to the creative brief. 2. Is the message easy to understand? Good designs have messages that are instantly readable and a focal point. They follow a visual hierarchy that determines which design element should the viewers look at first. Ask yourself if you followed the principles of typography and that the text is legible. Also, ensure that you did not put too much information in your design, as the viewer's attention may veer away from it when they find it too taxing to take in. 3. Is your design aesthetically pleasing? As mentioned earlier, our taste in design is subjective, but there are principles for us to follow in our designs. With that said, aesthetically pleasing designs should have a layout, composition, and color scheme that adhere to the principles of design. 4. Is your design audience appropriate? The creative brief will most likely indicate who the design is intended for. For example, the landing page design you are making is targeted towards mothers of infants. Do you think using a dark color scheme is appropriate for your design? 5. Is your design original? Make sure to avoid copyright infringement. Always aim for the creativity and uniqueness that will elevate the product you are designing for. In your research, include double-checking if there are existing designs that are similar to yours already. If you answered no to any of these questions, make the necessary revisions to your design. Note both the issue and the changes you made to resolve it, especially if you deviated from the client's brief. Should this occur, inform your client when you submit the design. Topic 3. Quality improvement. Clearly defined standards serve as the company's measure of the success or effectiveness of their product/service/system. With these standards, companies can identify which of their systems, procedures, or outputs are working or need to be improved. All of these lead to customer satisfaction, which can translate to trust in the business, and profit for businesses. There are two quality engagement processes that are relevant in the ICT sector. 1. ISO standards and IEC standards. 2. Environmental and safety standards. ISO standards and IEC standards. ISO stands for International Organization for Standardization. It is an international non-governmental organization that develops and promotes international standards for technology, scientific testing processes, working conditions, societal issues, etc. ISO established the ISO 9001:2015 certification, which sets the standards on quality management systems, QMS. To ensure that the quality management system implemented in the workplace follows the ISO standards, quality procedures must be set up. Quality procedures must involve the purpose of the process, the responsible party, the method, tools, and outputs of the process. Quality procedures. 1. Quality manual. This document defines that scope of the quality management system, the general presentation of the organization activities, the organization's structure and content, needs and expectations of interested parties, a general description of the main process and the relation between the working process and the QMS, and a list of all the organization's procedures and exclusions, which are ISO 9001 standard requirements that are not applicable to the organization's activity or nature. While the quality manual is not a procedure itself, it is still required to maintain this document and its inclusions. 2. Control of documents. This step indicates the process of controlling and acquiring the documents included in the QMS. 3. Control of records. The process of controlling records included in the QMS, as well as how to achieve the requirements specified in this step. It includes or refers to a list of all documentation involved in quality management. 4. Internal audits. This procedure specifies how to perform an internal audit in the organization. 5. Control of nonconformity. This indicates the procedure in handling nonconformity once detected. 6. Corrective action. This procedure specifies how to implement a corrective action based on the nonconformities found. These procedures serve as a guide to ensure a quality management system is being implemented in an organization. Another set of international standards that is relevant to the ICT sector is the International Electrotechnical Commission, IEC, standards. The IEC is responsible for establishing standards for electronic technologies, and collaborates with other standards bodies such as the ISO, the International Telecommunication Union, and the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, IEEE. The standards that the IEC and ISO collaborated on are identified by the prefix ISO/IEC. Here are some of the popular ISO/IEC standards. 1. ISO/IEC 7498, a set of standards that define the Open Systems Interconnection, OSI, Universal Reference Model for Communication Protocols. 2. ISO/IEC 27000, a family of standards for information technology security techniques. 3. ISO/IEC 31000, a family of standards that defines a risk management framework for standardizing definitions of risk-associated terms and provides guidelines for any person, business, or agency. It also describes the approach to managing risks, which includes risk identification, risk analysis, risk evaluation, and risk assessment. Environmental and safety standards. On the other hand, the environmental and safety standards are established to ensure that companies do not harm the environment and in the process, their employees, as they perform their functions. Through these standards, hazards and risks on the environment, health, and safety are identified, and thus mitigates their significant impact on the environment and the employees. The following are some examples of environmental and workplace safety standards. 1. Utilize printing inks with low or no volatile organic compounds, VOCs, to reduce environmental impact. 2. Choose materials that are recyclable or made from sustainable sources to minimize waste. 3. Implement proper disposal methods for waste materials, such as ink cartridges, paper scraps, and packaging, following local regulations and recycling guidelines. 4. Minimize paper usage by utilizing digital proofs, sharing files electronically, and adopting efficient printing practices. 5. Use energy-efficient computers, monitors, and printers to reduce electricity consumption. 6. Power down equipment when not in use to conserve energy and reduce environmental impact. 7. Establish a comfortable and ergonomic workspace to prevent physical strain or injuries during extended design sessions. 8. Ensure good ventilation, especially if using materials with fumes. Consider the use of exhaust systems or work in well-ventilated areas. 9. Provide and encourage the use of appropriate PPE, such as gloves or masks, when working with potentially harmful materials. 10. Adhere to local, national, and international regulations regarding environmental standards and workplace safety. 11. Ensure that visual designs consider accessibility standards, making them usable for individuals with diverse abilities. 12. If working remotely, encourage designers to set up ergonomic workspaces at home to prevent health issues. 13. Use secure digital collaboration tools to protect sensitive client information and designs. 14. Consider the ethical sourcing of materials and support suppliers with responsible environmental and social practices. 15. Engage in community initiatives or support causes that align with environmental and social responsibility.